This is Jason Jensen with Baker Street Systems. Today I'm going to be going over how to train CMU Sphinx, which is the speech recognition software that can be run on a Linux server. So first thing, I followed a lot of the tutorial found here on the CMU Sphinx.sourceforge.net webpage. A lot of the instructions were pretty good. A lot of them didn't quite match up. So it's important to pay attention to how exactly I got this working. So the first thing that I did, of course, was to install CMU Sphinx and get all that up and running. I'm going to make another tutorial on how to do that, but just so I can have this documented in case I lose this, this is all of the commands to install the CMU Sphinx. And we're going to be using this Pocket Sphinx version instead of the other CMU Sphinx. So anyway, uh, going on, right now I have a server set up with Pocket Sphinx installed and all the other things installed that it needs. And I am just working as root in the root directory. Um, I've already just to set this up. I've already downloaded this en.us. It's a model, and that can be found right here. It just takes a little bit of time to download it, and so I've already downloaded it and uploaded it into the this folder. If you go into it, that's all there is. The reason why you do that is because of this file right here, the MDEF file. In the one that's already installed with Pocket Sphinx, this MDEF file is already compiled. But this one in the downloaded version that I just downloaded without installing anything, this one is actual text, and so it's able to be altered. That's why it's important. Um, so the first thing that I did, like I said, is download that, and I uploaded it already. And then, so these commands right here, these are just reference for me. I'm not going to be using all of them. I'm just going to be using the ones that I need. And so, to set up the training, what I did is I actually used where the sidewalk ends as my transcript, and I made it into each line of the poem. I created its own wave file. So you'll see that wave one. If I play this, it will just be me recording this. That's it. And then of course wave two will be that, and then wave three will be that. Uh, Pocket Sphinx is very particular in the file format that it wants. It wants a wave file. Let's see. It wants a wave file with mono channel normalized and 16,000 sample rate. Um, excuse me. Eventually, this will be done automatically for us, but for now, just to get this up and running and to test it, a quick way to do that is to go to this website. I found this one works great, and you can do all your steps in one go. You can just choose your file, and I recorded it on my Mac, and so the output was an M4A file, and then I just was able to change this to 1600 and this to mono, and then normalize, and then convert file. So then I've already done all that, so I have my WAV files. Um, the other thing that's necessary, according to this tutorial, is to make the field IDs and the transcription according to this format right here. I've already done that for where the sidewalk ends. This is the transcription, and you'll see that you just have open tags and close tags. And then this number references the file name. And you'll see that I've actually, I've already named these 1, 2, 3 .wave. Um, and so that's what these numbers correspond to on the transcription file. And then the sidewalk field IDs, these again are just the names of the files. So because I've named it of each wave file sequentially with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. That's all I need to do is just put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But if I named them, first part, I would put first part here. Um, anyway, you probably get the idea. So now that I have my WAV files and my file IDs and the transcription, I'm going to go ahead. Oh, and by the way, these are the two recordings of the complete poem, all of this, um, and then I'm going to be using these to test. This is again me recording these two separate times so that we get different results. Um, I'm just going to go ahead and upload all of this to my working directory on the server. Once it's all there, then I'm going to, let's see, uh, follow the directions here. Um, this direction I'm going to ignore because, like I said, I've already downloaded the other version um, and right here, and that's already on the server under en-us-download. And so this command I'm going to ignore. These ones, though, I'm going to go ahead and run via the terminal. Oops. And again, just to let you see where I'm at, I'm just in the home directory for root. You can see all my files right there. So let's go ahead and run these two. Oh, so you'll notice that this last one, this command right here did not copy, and that's because I've noticed that when I go into this directory, let's go there real quick. When I do just a listing of all the files, you'll see that it's no longer en-us.lm.dump. It has a .bin, and I didn't know this, but I just guessed, and it seemed to work. And so what I did is instead of copying the dump file, the DMP file, I went ahead and copied the bin file. And so if I just do that same command and just change it to bin, it'll work, and then it will work later on too. So then the next thing that we're going to do is this command right here. Obviously, because we didn't download the we didn't copy over the en-us, which is already installed. I downloaded it just to get the latest thing, and it seemed to work okay. I am going to go and copy this version of it, and then this will what it will do is it will parse all of the WAV files into MFCs. So if I do an ls, you'll see that for each WAV file there's an MFC now. Then continuing on, this, like I said earlier, the reason why we downloaded it from this link right here actually is because of the MDEF file, which is why we didn't just copy it over from our already installed version of Pocket Sphinx. When we download it from this link, this comes decompiled. So that's why we didn't do that. Now what we're going to do is, let's see, let's copy over all of these into our working directory. Okay, that's done. Then I'm going to do something very similar to this command right here, but it's going to be done with the download folder, and that should work, I'm hoping. Okay, so it looks like it worked. It will warn. It's a good idea to look at these things. I'm going to make this a little bit wider so it's easier to read. But whenever you see a warn, what that means is that it's probably this right here. This is not in the dictionary that it used. Oh yeah, it says right here. Not in the dictionary, and so it doesn't quite know what to do with it. Everything else, though, it seems to get most of what we threw at it. If without any warns, I'm just scrolling up, by the way. It looks like it got all of them. So then what we're going to do is come down here, and we're going to copy this. I'm going to name this model en-us-jj because that's who I am. This will be my model because I trained it. Those are my recordings. It will adapt best to my voice. So let's go ahead and copy that. We'll create a JJ model, which is a copy of the downloaded model. Then what we're going to do is do this. This will adapt the model in JJ to the training files that I just created. Okay, so there we go. I don't think that I ever did this. So, and then this is a way we could probably just test it. I'm not going to do that right now. What I'm going to do is just go ahead and use this command to run my updated. So you can see right here I'm using the JJ model. I'm going to use the bin instead of the, remember we had the instructions said to use the dump file, but I found it works with the bin file. And then we're going to use this, which we copied over earlier. And then the in file, I want to be able to use just one of the sidewalk, the complete poem that I recorded earlier and uploaded. And then we're going to just name this sidewalk 1. Okay? So then now what it's doing is it's going ahead and transcribing everything. And then as soon as it's done, we'll come up, you'll see that I did the in file, which was sidewalk 1, which I uploaded to the server, and it's going to output to sidewalk1.txt. And as soon as it's done, yep, it's done now. So now here I'm going to just refresh this, and you'll see there's my sidewalk1.txt. And I'm going to drag this over. So you'll see that this has 0 formatting, and it doesn't quite match up. There's no punctuation, but believe me, this is a lot closer than what it was originally. If I do it with sidewalk 2.wave, it's even better. But again, the more you train it, the better it will be. And so this was just with 1 poem's worth of training, and then just running it on a different file. Let's wait until it gets completed. And we'll come here and refresh this. So you'll see there is a place where the sidewalk ends in and like I said, it's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot better than it was when I first started with this project. And what we can do then is just come in here and edit a few of the words and make it the formatting right. So anyway, that's how to train your CMU Sphinx, and hopefully this is educational, and this is just a good way to keep track of everything that I've done to this point. Thanks.